about 200 reasons why you need to make sure you're following the right steps. Let's chat. What's up, automators? Justin, founder of AutomationMastery.net, here to help you create automated systems that save you, the coach, speaker, and trainer, more time and energy as you create more money in your business. At the end of the day, I'm here to make sure that you have the right steps in place to automate your business. And so here's this thing, this craze, again, I've mentioned before, is funnels, and people feel like it is kind of just a buzzword, like this just interesting thing that we throw out there just because it's cool. But at the end of the day, there's more to automation, there's more to everything. There's a reason all of this stuff is pieced together, and it's more than just funnels. And so today I want to go ahead and just share with you one principle, and really just because I had a client that was, was kind of going back and forth with, and I had to make sure they didn't make this mistake, because again, even the experienced ones make these mistakes sometimes too, and we get ahead of ourselves. So again, if you like principles like this that really talk about automation, make sure you subscribe, right? And then make sure you like and share this with other folks who need this stuff too. So let's go ahead and get into it. So there's a principle in my system, in my philosophy, my method. It's called I Am. Learned this some years ago from my mentors. Okay? And it means that first, people pay you with their information. Second, they pay you with their action. And third, they pay you with their money. If you do it out of this order, you severely reduce the amount of potential revenue you can collect in the future. Think of it this way. Most times folks are giving you some free gift in exchange for your email. And then from there, right, then you take some action. Maybe you go watch a webinar, get on the sales presentation, go to an event, and then they ask you for the money. Like, there's a reason this happens. It's a case-old thing. And so there are multiple reasons. Now, the reason I said there's 200 reasons because I have a specific, now I'm gonna tell you about a client, right? I can't give specific numbers, right? I won't tell you who, because it's their scenario. But when I'm looking at their list, it's in front of me right now. So I'm just dealing with it. And I was like, hey, they were saying, let's just skip the opt-in. Let's go straight to the sales page. I'm like, yeah, I understand the want to do that. But here was the thing, is so if you look in the past, right, they had an event, they had about 100 registrants, people that actually paid. They had about 300 people who showed interest in paying, meaning they opted in. Now, put it this way, if they didn't do that, yes, they had the 100 people that paid, but now they are missing out on 200 potential future customers. So by not having that step where they have people give their information first, and then you give them the information about like the money, they're cutting against severely reducing their potential revenue in the future. Now, could these be repeat people? Yes, there's a bunch of caveats. Maybe the entire 200 populace isn't a good potential client, and that's fine. Even if it's half of that, even if it's another 100 people, if you get out of that 100, you get another 10% of them to buy at some point, that's another 10 folks. Now, if you have some higher ticket thing, that's money you're leaving on the table at the end of the day. Money you're leaving on the table. At the end of the day, most folks aren't ready to buy from you, okay? And so by not getting their information first, you're leaving money on the table. Now, it's not just the little guys that do it, it's the big guys that do it as well, okay? If I go to Bath and Body Works, or I go to Bed Bath and Body Works, they go there and you go to the counter, you go through your stuff. Like, what do they ask you? Can I have an email? Do you have a number, right? They want to get your information so they can send you deals, coupons, sales, all that stuff. Why? Because it means if they have their information, they can continue to make sure you're an ongoing customer and client of theirs. So as long as you are getting information from people and you're storing it, you can communicate with them in the future, whether they pay you now or later. I would rather have somebody's information and be able to have them pay me once every other year than have them pay me once up front and then never hear from them again. Like, I'm missing out on a huge publicity. Now, the folks that pay, and obviously it's great, you got their info. But the folks who don't the first time, you may never hear from them again. And it's not because they're not interested. So my wife and I used to do this thing we love before the times hit, right? When we went out in the world, we would go to these art festivals. And there were always booths everywhere. And I'm a huge dragon geek, as y'all can see here, right? y'all can see. Huge Dragon geek. And so if I ever went to a booth, right, it may not be the time for me to buy that thing now, but I will always grab their card because I always find something I love. And so if it was the right time, if I had the money, I certainly would have bought. Not because I didn't want to be a customer, it just wasn't the right time. Now imagine that instead of me getting their card, they had got my name, my number, and maybe my birthday. And so around my birthday, they could send me an email, a text message, make a phone call, and remind me and just reach out and just touch base with me. Imagine what would happen if they reached out in March. My birthday's in April. Now they've reminded me and I can say, oh yeah, I remember that thing. Let me tell my folks or my wife to go buy that thing, or potentially, hey, remember this? Instant customer. Money that was left on the table. Easily, right? Money that was left on the table. How many other me's are out there in those scenarios where money is being left on the table? So what you got to ask yourself, again, information, then action, then money. Information, so information, then action, then money. Information, action, then money. Can't do it out of that order. You got to collect the information first. So you got to have something in place. So make sure you have some type of system that captures information. So that can be, I use ActiveCampaign in connection to ClickFunnels to make that happen in my business. And I'm sure you can find something of your own. Now, if you want more help with that stuff, check out our free training. Go ahead to automatewithease.com. Again, at automatewithease.com. Go through the training. There's no $9.97 pitch. You will get a chance at the end, though. If you want to talk to our team, talk about how we can help you out further, you do get that opportunity. Otherwise, just use the free content and go off and be amazing. We appreciate you and all that you do. We'll see you in the next one. Make sure you share this with a friend, family member, or a foe, because they need this information too. I appreciate you and all that you do. And as usual, treat each day as a building block to a better future. Peace.